Artyom's back and scavenging post-apocalyptic Russia in Metro Exodus. I'm happy to report I spent a solid 45 minutes with the game at E3 2018, and as a big fan of the series, I walked away with a list of 5 stellar gameplay updates coming to the next chapter of 4A survival shooter. Change your filter and pump your rifle, because Exodus is unforgiving, beautiful, and a crap ton of fun. My demo began in a tundra where I infiltrated a cult dedicated to the eradication of technology. Wielding deadly weapons, a Geiger counter, and body armor, I was innately unwelcome. Their attempts at ensnaring me within their dilapidated chapel proved futile as I began picking them off one by one with my suppressed revolver. Classic Metro gameplay ensued as I silently crept through the chapel, stealing crafting materials and eradicating the locals. A brief story involving an enslaved mother and her child unfolded during the mission, and it provided a wonderful sense of familiar Metro gameplay and storytelling. The opening sequence seamlessly transitioned into a vast, open area rife with side quests, hidden areas to discover, and new radiated monsters. I have a liking for both linear progression and open-world exploration, and the mere 45 minutes I spent with Exodus has me confident it'll blend the very best of both. Metro Exodus features a dynamic day, night, and weather cycle. I experienced a rainstorm, but the developers state that there's an array of weather types that can strike at any moment. Taking advantage of the day and night cycle can assist or hinder your decisions. Night provides you the cover of darkness when you intend on stealthily approaching an enemy encampment. However, many of Russia's mutated monsters tend to appear in droves as the sun sets. The dynamic cycles provide a greater sense of immersion, especially for players looking to roleplay in the hardest difficulty like yours truly. One of the most profound updates is the inclusion of Artyom's new backpack that serves as a portable crafting table. You can immediately invest scavenged materials into upgrading weapons, crafting health kits, and throwables while you're out and about. It proved incredibly useful when I found myself low on health or felt like swapping the optics on my rifle. On the other hand, upgrading your body armor and cleaning your weapons requires an actual crafting table. Exodus adds an additional layer of realism with weapons that progressively break down and collect dirt the more they're fired. The dirtier they become, the less effective they are in battle, so seeking a crafting table is paramount to maintaining healthy firearms and a hardy defense. Weapons now feature 5 hardpoints for customization that can house a number of attachments that suit your playstyle. What's also satisfying is the ability to strip abandoned weapons for parts instead of having to swap your guns for them entirely. Attaching a long barrel and extended mag to my rifle while under the suppression of enemy gunfire is a blast and immensely satisfying. The overhauled weapon customization works in unison with the abilities Artyom's backpack provides, and it's definitely one of my favorite additions to the series. Who will Artyom become? That's for you to determine as you progress through the narrative stretching a full year in his life. Choices range from do-or-die moments as seen in previous entries to the mere act of choosing to spare or kill a surrendered enemy. My aforementioned bloody escapade through the cultist domain resulted in the surrender of multiple guards. Common courtesy led me to politely knocking them out with the butt of my revolver. But there was one mangy bastard just out of my reach. Laziness led me to blast around through the back of his skull from afar. My heinous act resulted in an audio cue that suggested I'm a bit of an asshole, and I was later met with a barrage of disappointment from my cohorts at my lack of avoiding violence. Whether through gameplay or scripted story beats, the narrative adapts to your decisions, and you're free to pave whatever path you choose for Artyom. Did I mention that Exodus looks exquisite running a native 4K on Xbox One X? It still needs some time in the oven before its February 22nd launch date, but it's currently shaping up to not only be a worthy continuation, but potentially the very best entry in the series so far. I'm beyond stoked! If you intend on playing Metro Exodus, let me know what you're most excited about in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And for news, reviews, features, and more, visit us online at COGconnected.com.